Hey everybody, Joe with Bumblin' Acres here. Hope you all are doing well. Today is a interesting first day. For a first, I guess we should say. We are going to be doing, as you all, if you've watched my videos before, you know that I generally do all one take. I've used the record video from YouTube itself, the app, and therefore all my videos have just been one shot, get it, get out. I think I may have figured out like the last couple when you can pause it, but they've all been one shot each time. And today, my wife found out yesterday that you don't have to do it that way. So I'm gonna try to do something different. So we are going this weekend, tomorrow, we will be doing a butchering of our chickens, harvesting of our chickens with Alicia from Providence Homestead. They're gonna bring their chickens over, and I am getting our knives sharpened and everything right now. And after this, we're going to do a walkthrough of what our setup looks like without it being set up, basically what supplies we use, as kind of an inspiration to anyone who's wanting to get into this so that they can make sure they have them, go through why we do it this way and what we utilize. And I will post that compilation at the end of the day. So this is going to be all one continuous video as you watch it, but it's multiple videos taken multiple times. So I'm in my garage right now. I'm about to I think I'll stop this video and do the next one. Kind of excited to see how this turns out. I hope it turns out okay. So, enjoy and let us know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. And I will do that spiel again at the end. I'm trying to do it every video, but habits are hard to break. So, Joe with Bumblin' Acres, really hoping this experiment turns out well. All right, everybody, so this is the setup of the tools that we utilize, or the things we utilize for the chicken butchering. They won't be set up until later today, and when I do set up, I'll actually walk you through what our setup looks like. But this is what we use for butchering. We've got our chicken plucker, which we went on and purchased last year, and honestly the price of these has skyrocketed now, so it's one of the best purchases we've made. If you're going to do dispatch any number of chickens, I honestly think a plucker is worth the investment. 2 pots, and you'll see the other ones over here, both with boiling hot water. You know, it makes it easier to do the actual butchering when you go from the scalding of the chickens. However, really we have 2 of them because one's just full of hot water, makes it easier to bag afterwards. But we do have 2 chicken butchering tables. We generally only set up 1, but since we are going to have another family helping us, we have 2 of those chicken butchering tables with the inlet and the hookups. So we'll set those up. Canopy, tent, regular table, just because you have your viscerating tables, and then you have your setup just for this makes it easier when you're doing your bagging and weighing and such. And you have the cooler, which we just put with ice and water. We're only having 10 birds we'll be butchering on ours, so that'll fit 10 birds easily. And then our knife setup, and to honor all these knives, generally we only use these 2. And I just finished sharpening them. Honestly, this doesn't really work great. We have a sharpening stone that I utilized. So, and I did forget some things actually, so forgive me. It's actually a child weigher, but it works great for weighing your birds after they've been viscerated. And we've got some vacuum sealed bags that are back here that we use, and we'll go through the process of that. So these are all the supplies that you would need for butchering your own chickens. And honestly, the chicken plucker is just a huge convenience, but you don't really need one. You don't need the double grills. We've done it with 1. You don't need the multiple tables. We've used 1 in the past. So I mean, you'll see the setup for actually processing your own chickens is relatively easy and small. So I'm gonna stop the video now, and we'll go to the next one when I get to the next phase of the setup process. Gotta wait for my son to mow the backyard so we can get the setup there. So hope you all enjoy. Hey everybody, so as I was watching the video of everything for prep, it occurred to me I left off an important step. It's again not an essential tool for chicken processing, but an incredibly advantageous tool for chicken processing, which is the kill cones. Hey everybody, so part of what you'll need to do, we're waiting a little late in the day, but generally you want your animals having fasted when they come to time for butchering. So in order to make sure that as you butcher them, they have enough food in their GI tract, one thing you do, and you should do this at least 12 hours before butchering, generally 24 hours ideally, is to go and remove food from your meat birds or the birds you're about to butcher. That's what I'm doing right now. Now in my enclosure that houses the Cornish crosses we'll be butchering tomorrow. And I am going to pull one of the auto feeders I got for it. I've got geese in here too, so I'll come back and put another feeder in tomorrow to feed the geese. But that will ensure that the birds are coming having fasted with empty stomachs. Not really worried about all that green grass because the Cornishes have generally been terrible about foraging, so they'll still have access to some food. But overall, it will ensure they come and it'll be less of a mess. So, important thing to get ready when you're going to butcher. Another thing that we will do, probably tomorrow morning or later tonight, depends on what I feel like. But I will move all the birds from that enclosure into our small meat bird tractor next to where we're butchering, so they're ready in the morning. So, but that's part of it. That's what you got to do. Take the food away so that they're fasted and ready. All right, everybody. Whew. So the setup is not complete. There's actually a couple of reasons for that. One being there's a canopy that I'm going to have my son. Me and him will put it up in probably about 20-25 minutes. That'll cover most of the viscerating area and the later packaging area. So I don't really want to wait for that to be done to show you all this. So I'm going to go on and do the tour. So just as a general setup. Now, probably being there is one thing that will probably be different tomorrow. We've got your areas should be able to easily go from one step to another step to another step, make it circular. So you're not having to constantly be bumping into everybody. So your order should be the killing, scalding, plucking, viscerating, and final packaging. Okay, you really want to, and you have to have a holding area for your birds. Like right here behind me, this is the original. Actually, I made this as a rabbit hutch. It'll be holding the 10 birds we have. I'll move them into that probably tonight. And it'll hold that area. So you've got your area for holding the birds. We've got our killing cones set up here, at which point you put the birds, in there. You do your dispatching, I think is what they tenderly call it. Once it's complete, they go into the scalding setup, and we've basically just got a propane tank, 2 propane heaters going. Now this will be different tomorrow, as I understand it. We will actually there's a local place you can rent a nice scalder from. I think we're going to rent one and try it out, because the one thing that doing it this way, there's a negative in that it's very hard to get the feet done. You almost always over scald the breasts and under scald the feet because you're holding the feet in order to dip it back down and forth. So we're seeing if we can get a hold of a scalder that more automatically puts the entire bird under for a amount of time and brings the bird back up. So if that is what we're able to get tomorrow, this station will be where that scalder is, and a lot of it will just depend on how large that is. But this goes kill cones, scalder to plucker. Plucker set up here. Once and this is usually my job, is the dispatching, the scalding, the plucking, and then it goes to this area, which I have 2 tables set up. They're both hooked up 2 hoses, so they both have running water, where the viscerating will take place. I'll have buckets underneath to catch some of the waste, the blood and things of that nature. But this is where the viscerating will be done for both. These stations will be washed and cleaned tomorrow. We'll leave them out tonight. It will go from here to the final prep area, where they will be basically, they'll actually go from here to the cooler, which cooler isn't set up, Cooler will be right here in this magic area here, magic tier. So the birds will go in here. This will be filled up with ice and water, where we'll let them, usually we like to let them sit for at least 24 hours before we do the final prepping. But not knowing what the plan will be tomorrow, I am setting up a large table here. Well, not a large 6-foot table here, which will be that final prep table as well. So relatively simple setup. Let me see if I can get back far enough where you all can see wide enough angle of the setup. So you've got keel cones, scalder, kill cones, scalder is behind this table, to the plucker, to the viscerating table, to if there's any final prep work needs to be done, and to the closure. So it doesn't require a lot of space to dispatch birds. We'll be processing, I think, around 30 tomorrow with our friends Alicia. So we'll put a video up in the morning. I hope this kind of helps get an idea of what your setup should look like. It should look something like this, where it moves from station to station. Plus, because you'll be dealing with people with sharp objects, knives, your butchering knives should be very, very sharp. You want as clean a system of moving back and forth and not a whole lot of commotion in the center area. The last thing you want is to accidentally stab a human being. So that is it. So that's the setup we use for processing our birds. I'm going to finish this video and upload it in a little bit, and it'll be my first multi-videoed video. We'll see how this goes. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to kind of keep to push the notification button. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like us to talk about, let us know. Thank you. Bye.